these hands, you about to get shook. The truth is getting spit by Polk and Kush. Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush. About to get served and play to your own ass. It's time for the Polk and Kush podcast. Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush.
Welcome everyone to Polk and Kush. It is Thursday, January 15th, 2026. If you had us getting an episode out before the halfway point of January, you were right. Congratulations to everyone who had that in the pool of we did one episode in January, the first half of January.
Well, we did two episodes, like pretty close back to back.
Yeah.
Fooled everybody into thinking that Polk and Kush was back. And then we disappeared once again because Kush is coaching Little League. What are you coaching?
Yeah, they have winter baseball in New Orleans.
And this is court ordered, right? You got a DUI like Gordon Bombay.
It's the kids from Hardball. That's me.
We do have a computer tonight. If you comment, we can click on it. Pull it up on the screen. We can talk about it. Somebody just said Kyle Tucker to Dodgers. Wrong show, buddy. but see, it's up there now. And then I can hide it. Oh, my God. We've got some emojis here. What are those? Probably some sort of dog whistle.
Is that in Arabic? Or
Oh, it's the celebrating emoji. See, we go to the most hateful place immediately. And then it's people loving us, specifically you.
Yes.
But anyway, comment, get in here, subscribe, like. We're influencers now. God, I look fat. Jesus.
Yeah. I said
Christmas was not kind to either one of us.
I really, I was hoping the studio was going to be colder so I could wear a gigantic jacket and I did not have to show off how enormously fat I've become. But,
no, we look like emperor penguins up there. Jeez. I wonder if the nonstop drinking and eating for 2 months had anything to do with it. Probably not.
Probably not. I don't think so. It's probably just the clinical depression, if I had to guess. For those of you unfamiliar, if you're a Boot Crew media person and you're like, who are these, white losers talking on what's normally a bunch of cool guys talking about basketball? This is Scott Kushner, formerly of the Times-Picayune. This is Andrew Polk, formerly of Employment.
I've been on the Times-Picayune. Not for anything good. Those dirty dogs. NOLA.com, if you hear this, you guys are losers. You're all losers. When you fired this man, and then you call all my friends pedophiles, you guys are done for. NOLA.com. Our new sponsor today, NOLA.com.
I did not say any of those things about NOLA.com. I still like everyone I know who works there. Good people, nice people, the best people. How are things with you? How's your life? How's 2026 going?
You know what? What could be better than 2026, huh? I'm currently looking up what is the Insurrectionist Act and can it be invoked against a podcast host. That's what I'm doing in 2026. The Pelicans have lost 19 games in a row, and secret police are shooting everybody. I think it's pretty good.
It's going well. We're off to a good start.
Sound off in the comments, everybody. This is a...
I literally delete Twitter off my phone 3 times a day. I think that's the definition of an addiction, because all it is just the For You tab it has found the deepest recesses of my brain of the things that will grab me out and go like, you idiot, you goddamn moron. Why would you think things like this? And then I click and read all the comments where everyone would be like, yeah, you're a genius. This is the smartest thing I've ever read.
It's very easy to tell when Twitter is on your phone because I'll see 700 tweets in a row during like an hour that a normal person would be picking up their family from school, having dinner with their beautiful wife. Mm-hmm. I see you yelling about some guy on Southwestern. John O'Barn said, I personally feel we needed more white people on Boot Crew Media. I don't know if you've seen the news, Jono, but Jewish people are no longer considered white.
They did it. Thank you, Justin. One at a time. Yeah, man. All representation matters. That's what I'm told.
Are we the most diverse podcast? We've got a gay guy and a Jewish guy. And we've got Miles in the comments, so that counts also. Polk forgot to link to his OnlyFans. Very good, Miles. Sent from Web TV in prison.
These comments are going to really throw us off.
I know. This is like, oh, you know what I need more in my life? More screens to look at. Can I look at a screen while I'm doing the fucking podcast?
Do people heckle you now on stage, or is that a thing that people don't really do anymore?
No one heckles me.
That's because you're good.
I'm heckling them.
Do people heckle still? Is that like a thing, or are people so scared of?
People heckle all the time. I guess because of like Instagram and stuff. They heckle all the time, and I don't. There's nothing funny when it happens to me. I'm just like, I will fucking kill you. I'm not like, where do you work? When did you get married?
What did you drive in this morning? Yeah. I mean, it feels very. Do you think they're putting plants in some of the audience for some of these?
Probably.
It has to be, right?
George Soros paid protesters. When they're not getting paid to protest, they're being sent to a comedy club that 9 people are at.
Just dancing on third rails, folks, for 3 minutes into a live stream. Folks just got the metal rod up in the lightning storm.
Oh well, at least this lives on the internet forever.
We have a new mayor.
Yes.
That RIP to LaToya's era, because that really got us through 75 episodes, maybe 200 episodes of just going through LaToya's day to day. I, for one, will miss her for the content. As per someone who doesn't, I stopped caring a little while ago. When I used to get really upset about the New Orleans political landscape and like what they weren't doing.
Yes.
And then she beat me down to a point where I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
If one streetlight works, this is great. We're doing fine.
You see, it's a blueprint for the city from politics to sports.
Exactly.
We are all very excited about Tyler Shuck because the streetlights have been out so long.
We gave you Trevor Simeon. We gave you Ian Book. We gave you all this Andy Dalton. We gave them all to you just so that, and Spencer Rattler, just so that when we gave you Tyler Shuck, who went from 0 to 0.5, everyone's like, oh my God, can you see I see the path. I see the path to prosperity, baby.
Yeah, and the path to prosperity, that's what Helena is calling. I haven't seen her do anything, but she's been like going to places and saying, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
See you later.
We have no money. We have no people. We have no ability to do it.
But we're only spending $40,000 on the Mardi Gras ball that you can't come to. It's like, that doesn't sound better than spending $400,000. I guess it does.
It does. It's all better. That's the difference. It's like, that's what life is, man. Life is about expectations. If you set the bar low enough, all you have to do is clear the bar.
That's
people
true.
Are excited. The Saints went 6-11.
Yeah,
because they were not 3-14, which is what everyone thought they were going to be.
Can you imagine how excited the city would have been if they had been 6-7 at some point?
Like, I live with a 6-year-old. You have no idea. Every day I come home, he's got a little scoreboard in the house. It's just 6-7. He's like, look, like I got it.
What is like our equivalent to that?
The Macarena.
I understand the Macarena.
The Macarena was a thing, and we just did it for a while. And that's what this is for these guys.
You know who I've defeated in a Macarena contest before?
Yeah.
Kramer Mulkey.
Oh, Kramer Robertson?
Yes.
Yes. Well, what an exciting moment for you.
Yeah, he was 4. I was 19, but I did. This is totally true. I think there was a little bit of an age difference, more so than that.
So you were better than him at the Macarena?
I think so. Can you see the comments on screen? You can't.
No, I don't.
We got to get you some binoculars.
I don't need to see the comments on this.
Jack Cassidy said TD still hasn't given Helena the city social media passwords.
That's great.
She's gonna post that there are rats in City Hall, just like the port of call people. I'm trying to get sued, by the way, on tonight's episode.
Exactly. How many people can we piss off? The port of call.
I didn't do it.
The port of call rats thing is the least surprising. Like, if anybody didn't see the port of call rats thing, can you take them through it?
A disgruntled employee at Port of Call, which I would assume is all of them. But this one had the social
My
media
experience,
password.
I've yet to meet a gruntled worker at the Port of Call.
They're the most gruntled. They're the most disgruntled. There's no pro gruntle. I don't know, but they fired somebody that saw the social media password, and then they just, posted the pictures of the rat poop and the giant rats and the giant rats covered in poop. And they were like, this is in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, we know.
We are aware.
We know.
The baked potato still tastes good. The monsoon is still enough to make you forget where you live. Win-win.
They don't melt the cheese. Did you expect this place to be clean? I don't know. Like, I didn't care at all. Like, I've been to a restaurant in New Orleans, so I know that there are rats.
It's like I'm aware. I've been to a bathroom in French Quarter. Like,
as long as they're not serving me the rat, that's fine. You can go across the street to Buffa's. Do you think that's better?
Yeah. No, I mean, well, probably. I mean, I once ate at Portugal before WrestleMania, whatever WrestleMania, whatever that one was, and Maria Menounos was at the table next to us.
Ooh,
remember Maria Menounos?
Of course I do.
And I was very surprised that she was eating a Portugal. And it turns out she probably was unaware of the rat problem at the time. Because she was a lot better looking than everyone at my table. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, probably everyone in Port of Call history.
Yeah,
I had to imagine.
I've also seen Bob Ryan there. Remember Bob Ryan with the big nose?
Oh yeah,
it was around the horn.
The big nose,
the big red nose. He I saw him drinking a monsoon there before he covered the Patriots Saints game where we beat the shit out of the Patriots in the Super Bowl year.
Yeah,
and it was great. I was like, this is everything I ever wanted to be as a sports writer. Is Bob Ryan at noon drinking a monsoon by himself at the bar 7 hours before going to cover Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean, what's better than that? Andrew Polk drinking a Miller Lite.
This episode sponsored by Miller Lite
at the Boot Crew Studio,
at the Bud Light Lime Studio.
We used to be sponsored by Bud Light, and then the stuff happened.
Another third round. What the stuff? Yeah, man, I think I do feel like there's an air of optimism in the city right now, whether or not that's just my very small enclave of human beings that I'm around.
Yeah.
But, the people with small children who I see on a day-to-day basis, they all seem to be in a good mood. The weather is nice. Not everybody's leaving town every weekend. We got through the holidays. They seem to go okay. Nobody got, steamrolled by someone on Bourbon Street on New Year's Day. So that was we already started with a gigantic improvement.
Much better than last year.
Much better than last year. We had a great Sugar Bowl. And, it's been a very exciting time to be in New Orleans, I feel like. And Mardi Gras early this year, which I think helps.
You think that helps?
I like an early Mardi Gras.
I just need a break.
I hate a 90-day king cake. I can't do it. It's too much.
Look, it was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was wild. I think you ranked it the number one holiday, which I would say is correct. Thanksgiving.
Everyone hated that take. My God.
I think it was pretty good.
These are people who don't have to give gifts to children. They're the ones that do not like Thanksgiving.
Correct.
Thanksgiving's perfect. You don't have to give it anything.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, January 6th, something else. And now we're going
Day, Liberation Day.
We're going right into Mardi Gras. It's too much. I can't do it.
Yeah, the Mardi Gras is what, February 13th?
February 17th.
17th? Yeah, that's
because
perfect.
Endymion is on Valentine's Day.
Terrific.
Which the ladies are going to love.
They're going to throw their panties in the air.
No, we can't go to Port of Call tonight. I have to go catch a Nerf football from Livy Dune. The comments have died down. Can you take your shirt off?
We'll take our hats off. We get 5,000 subscribers.
Wow, 136 viewers. It started at 900.
Now, an early Mardi Gras usually means it's a little colder, which I like. I like a cold Mardi Gras. And then I like that there's some urgency to each weekend for the king cake.
Yeah, well, the king cake has gone into overdrive this season, it feels like.
It's everywhere.
The hubs are everywhere.
There's like 16 hubs.
Well, nobody had time to fight about king cake this year. As soon as somebody ate king cake, they were like, that's totally whatever.
What does that mean?
Usually people get mad and they're like, oh, you can't eat king cake a day early?
Gotcha.
You can only drink hard liquor on
Taka king cake vodka.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm a big proponent of once a week, put a king cake in the house, but then I start to look like this.
Yeah.
Which is a big fat fatso because it just sits in my house and I eat it every time I walk through the kitchen.
Yeah, we both look like we're auditioning for the John Madden movie right now. God, look at my big ballooned face. I look like I'm in the Macy's Day Parade. But I am glad that RFK said that alcohol is good now. So that'll help me out.
Red meat, alcohol, unprotected sex. We got the health experts in charge.
If you accidentally eat some vegetables, Miller Lite, wash it down.
I walk by Randazzo's, Manny Randazzo's. Do you know where that is?
Yes.
Okay. So it is, I would say
I don't. I'm going to Google it right now.
It's like in Metairie. It's near my office. If you were to have the quintessential king cake like that a tourist would think of,
yeah,
like this is the one they ship all over the country. It's probably, it's a tiny little place and they sell out. I'm not exaggerating. I walk to lunch at like 11:15 every day, because that's when normal people eat lunch, right? If you're going to take 2.5 hours for lunch, you got to start early. And they sell out before like 11 o'clock every single day. And my question is just, why can't you make more king cake? How hard would it be to lease some ovens, some additional things to? No, don't you dare. How hard would it be to lease some additional baking areas for you to make some cake? This is when it was nice to not be live because he just said it.
Didn't say anything. I guess limited space, probably. Maybe the baking time is longer than usual.
They're selling out at 11 o'clock. There's people pulling up in the cars. The whole time I'm walking by, there's like 20 cars drive by every 5 minutes. And you're going, how many king cakes could these people have sold if they didn't sell it? Do you think the scarcity, my question, what I've circled to, do you think the scarcity matters in these king cakes? Are we at a point where not being able to get it is driving people to want to buy it more?
Well, I mean, it's like Labubu and Beanie Babies
Yes.
and stuff. People have to get the specific one. They have to get the one in the West Bank. They have to get this Randazzo's one.
Yeah.
And now, like, the king cake is so big at the office.
Yeah.
Nobody has a job anymore, but
They only go to work for these 6 weeks.
this is the only time anyone goes to the office. The scarcity certainly helps all of these places.
Yeah, that's nonsense, man. It's like
But they're
they're
also
making these stadiums smaller, doing everything smaller.
But what they're doing,
Sucks.
and this is my problem a lot, like I'll be in a place, I'll be in H&M buying my skinny jeans, and the guy at the cash register is on the phone. And it's like, but I'm here. Get off the phone. They are sending half of their inventory all over the country because no one lives in New Orleans anymore. Everybody moved away.
Yes.
They're sending half their inventory to Connecticut.
Yeah. And it's like,
So I think there would be tons for the people,
yeah,
but they are sending it out. They are dispersing the king cake wealth.
keep king cake in New Orleans.
Yes.
That make it so you cannot have it outside of like 8 zip codes. That's what I say.
King cake is an anchor in the New Orleans women's t-shirt industry. Keep the knife in the box. 9,000 shirts sold. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life that I'm not taking advantage of this? We're 39 minutes into the episode. Haven't said a thing about sports.
I was gonna say, it's in plenty of supply. Pelicans tickets.
There we go.
A lot of those.
No forced scarcity there.
No forced scarcity whatsoever. $16 for beer because beer is rare in that part of downtown New Orleans. If you go on Poydras Street, beer is very hard to find. It's hard they had to brew it themselves underneath, in the pedestrian bridge. That's where they brew the beer for ice cold Miller Lite for $16.50 a bottle.
How much would king cake be if they sold it at the Smoothie King Center?
Could you imagine
They can't charge us $80 for a king cake, though.
if they had
They will try.
if they had one stall of decent food, what they could charge, like one stall, like Parkway Bakery was just like, we're gonna open a single stall here in the Smoothie King Center. I feel like they could charge $900 for a roast beef sandwich. I'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
You only have to sell one at that price.
I'll stand here. That's fine. There's zero food that's remotely good. Have you been to any games this year? I know you went to one last time that we had talked. That was a month ago.
Who could forget?
I've been to one this season. I've been watching them on television. Our guy, Andrew Lopez, doing a tremendous job on the broadcast. The broadcasters are, I think there's not even a close second. The broadcast team for the Pelicans is the only thing that people like.
Oh, yeah. They're a A-plus crew, and they seem even better since I went to the track last weekend, and I was sitting there watching Derby talk. But no, Pelicans, A-plus in that regard.
And it's easy to find on your antenna, and it's the only and you watch the games now, and they seem to really understand how bad they are, which I really appreciate. Like last night, you were watching that game, and they were just like, this is shit. Like, this is a shit game.
Yeah.
And everyone's playing like shit, and we're aware that it sucks. And, whatever, basketball, guys.
That's when they do the parachute thing with the extra large t-shirt that says I love Entergy on it. And everybody goes nuts for those. Whenever the Pelicans are playing one of the equal worst teams and there's 37 people there, they need to change that to beer dropping from the ceiling.
Oh, my God. Wouldn't that be nice?
Or shoot it out of the t-shirt cannon. Who cares?
At Tulane, they used to shoot Felipe's burritos.
Yeah.
They just chicken burritos, and they just fire them into the crowd with a burrito gun. Why don't they do that?
Why? I'm fast forwarding in my head going, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. It has nothing to do with what's happening in our country right now. Tonight's second sponsor, Felipe's Mexican. God, last night my girlfriend and I were like, let's go over to my friend's mansion. They're going to cook for us. I was like, perfect. And then they said, we're getting Felipe's.
Should I eat this on the toilet? Or what?
I eat Felipe's every day at the cinder block factory I work at because it's there and I always forget my Lunchable. Or if I do bring my lunch, I eat it at 9:15 a.m. So I go to Felipe's every day. And then I'm in Old Metairie. I could have gone to Winston's.
Yeah.
Got the fish and chips there.
Any number of degenerate watering holes in Old Metairie where you could have hung out with people who you disagree with politically. It would have been very exciting.
Oh, man. We've got some more comments. Okay. My girlfriend is here. I'm not going to share her. Oh, my God. Her screen name is her first and last name and home address. Change your name, Sarah. Don't. God.
You're going to get doxxed.
That's good. We haven't been saying anything bad. It's fine. It's 1,000 degrees in here.
It's warm. But that's why we look so good. We're svelte. This is sauna. We've needed to sweat it out a little bit.
To answer your question from 9 minutes ago, no, I haven't been to any Pelicans games.
Yeah, man. So you watched last night, which
Yes.
they won.
They won
a game.
because I was watching.
Is Sadiq Bey the best player on the team? I mean, I guess Trey Murphy's the best player on the team. Sadiq Bey is significant. Like, he won them the game.
Sadiq Bey is the most consistent player on the New Orleans Pelicans.
It's shocking that he's like they're gonna have to find a way to bring him back, and everybody else sucks. Like, Trey Murphy is very good, but Trey Murphy openly saying in the post game, "I'm not going to make the All-Star game because we are terrible."
Yes,
it's a bad sign. That feels like a guy who is this close to wanting to get to asking to be traded, right?
But it also feels like a guy with his feet on the ground.
It's true.
He's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows what is happening. I think it was endearing.
I would agree.
Not endearing.
If Jordan Poole was having the exact season as Trey Murphy and you asked him that exact question, he would not realize that was true.
Sure.
That it's like, oh, well, you're 930. Like, of course you're not going to make the All-Star game. And it's like, no, you have to win basketball games and put up good numbers.
Yes.
But I did find that to be like, that feels like step one in the long road that leads to trade demand. Step one is, I scored 40 points a game and I can't make the All-Star team because no one has watched my team play.
That is such a magnificent level of bad team, too. I don't think a bad team is necessarily a death sentence for making the All-Star team.
No, but you got to have you got to be playing for something.
Right.
Or you have to be having outrageous stats. Outrageous. And his are very good. His are definitely like All-Star level, especially the last couple of weeks. It feels like Trey Murphy is definitely like earned the contract. He's a good basketball player. He's done all the things. And look, if you had told me that Trey Murphy was going to be this good before the season, I would have thought, and Sadiq Bey, quite frankly, certainly if you told me Queen and Fears were as NBA ready as they are, and they're not perfect, they're rookies and they got a lot of problems. If you had told me all of those dudes were going to perform at the level they have performed, I would think this team would be pretty damn good. And I'd be like, oh, well, if Trey Murphy's going to be an all-star caliber and you got Sadiq Bey playing like, a top, 50 NBA player, like you're in really good shape because you have Zion playing in 70% of the games. You have Jordan Poole, who is a professional basketball player and can shoot it. And it's like, hey, it turns out none of that shit has mattered because Zion doesn't help you win games.
It's peculiar that the Pelicans have so many untouchable players.
What's the point? Joe Dumars came out. He didn't come out. It was a Chris Haynes report that basically said they're not going to trade Zion. They're not going to trade Herb. They're not going to trade Trey Murphy. They're not going to trade the two rookies. So it's like, well, that's like most of the team.
Yeah.
And your team sucks ass. Your team is they're not like a little bad. They until yesterday had the worst record in the NBA, and you don't have a first round pick. So it's like this feels like a natural time to shake it up.
Right.
I did. Thankfully, at least Jordan Poole wasn't on that list of guys they're not going to trade. So like, if you would like to send us, a bag of chicken, we will happily take it for Jordan Poole. They'd take anything. They'd take a second round pick for Jordan Poole.
It was great to see Jordan Poole in the last few minutes of those Nuggets games. That was great.
What the hell? What the hell, man?
He's a closer. That's what he does.
Dude, I can't even remember what game it was where he's literally just arguing with the refs down the court as they're like losing the lead.
I think he was just asking
the refs.
He was just asking if he could leave. He wasn't even arguing.
I'd like to not be here anymore.
Just like, I'm watching Yellowstone. I need to get out of here.
But if I had told you that all these guys are performing at this level, Zion is playing in the games, Jordan Poole is playing in half the games, whatever. They're not like brutally injured, which is the problem last year, especially the second half of last year. It felt like they had no players. And then at some point they did actively start tanking.
Yeah.
But their record through half the season is the exact same as it was last year through half the season, which was a unmitigated disaster. What is the goddamn problem? Like, what is Zion that bad? I guess is that we clearly overrated him. Like the absence of data, we took and extrapolated the few brief moments of greatness and the hype surrounding him, and we turned that into, well, as long as he plays, we're going to win. And that's very obviously just not anywhere close to what the reality of who he is as a basketball player.
Yes. And it hasn't felt like Zion has been absent. I know he's not playing the back-to-backs and stuff like that, but whenever you turn on a game, for the most part, Zion is there. He looks like he's in great shape. And in the Nets game, there were several plays where you're just like, I can't quit Zion.
Yeah.
This guy's a freak. He's the best. And the team still stinks.
Yeah. And
they have so much talent on this team too.
That's the part that makes no sense. I don't understand how they keep losing every game. Do they just, I guess we don't know anything about defense. Is that basically what we're saying? Am I looking here at the Boot Crew Media, people who watch every single Pelicans game and understand a lot about the NBA? Do they just have absolutely no ability to play defense because they are starting two rookies? That would make sense. But I also do think there's just a portion of this where it's like Zion was an all-star, a two-time all-star in his first 3 years. He missed half the season in his rookie year, but and almost certainly would have been rookie of the year had it been a normal year and he had played 50 plus games. He would have been the rookie of the year.
Would you keep Trey Murphy? Yes or no?
Have to. How can you not keep Trey Murphy? I mean, I understand like you've got to start over and you need a lot of assets and all that you can't trade the only good player on your team who's under contract.
Derek Queen, Trey Murphy. Is there a third?
No, because I don't think Fears. I mean, I think Fears could be a really good player and is good and is like better than I expect him to be right now. But I also don't think he's like untouchable. Derek Queen is one of those guys where the potential you see enough happening there. You're like, I can really see a ceiling that is beyond comprehension of like what you could expect from a rookie. With Fears, I just think he's like a good guard.
Yeah. Well, Fears probably is going to suffer from Pelican syndrome where he gets traded and then becomes the greatest player of all time.
The Dyson Daniels. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely going to happen.
Fears has got that written all over him. Great number, great jersey. Buy it now while you can.
Yeah. I don't think I do not expect them to trade him, but I would trade Herb. I think I'd trade Herb Jones. I don't
feel like I've seen Herb this season.
Yeah, he's been hurt every time he plays, and he's out again. And, so that doesn't help at all. But I think he could be a useful piece to a good team. And I love him. And I think he's like everything right with the NBA. There's very few of him that's out there in the league still. But I also just don't think he's not going to help this team. This team's got too much they got to do.
I feel like he was helping this team and was a very glue guy for the team. They were playing their best ball when he was around.
Sure, but it doesn't matter now.
Well, it doesn't matter because he's not there. If he was there, it would matter.
They are in such a hole, it does not matter. And they can't get good enough soon enough for his contribution to really make any material difference to the future.
Well, sure. I mean, that's nihilist Pelicans for you. There's no pick. There's no pick. We don't have double-digit wins. It's January 15th.
Yeah, man, it's pretty bleak. They should have lost last night. They absolutely should have lost to the Nets, who suck ass last night, and a miracle shot by Sadiq Bey. I mean, he
was playing his ass off.
I mean, an NBA Jam on fire. You don't make that shot at the buzzer. And then the long rebound comes right to him as the sea parts, and he just is able to go right to the goal. It's like, it was a joke. And then they missed They missed 2 threes that were very makeable at the end of the game as well. As Joel Myers is like, you could basically hear him put his head under the desk. That's those 2 shots. It's like, what are you doing? I don't know, man. The whole thing just feels like, what's the point? And my overall point, which I'll have a Substack article soon about it, is just like, it's time. They've made a million decisions that are wrong. It is not all Zion's fault. You got to trade Zion. It's over. He's just not going to get you to the place that you thought he was going to get you.
Right.
And it's time to start over with a new person. And whether that's Trey Murphy or whether that's Derek Queen, I don't know who the hell it is. Derek Queen's not consistent enough to think you're going to win major games with him. The Zion thing is not working. He's not any better than he was when he was 19 years old. That's the problem. We always thought he was fat.
Yeah.
Him being fat, just like, it was actually the best thing that could have happened to him because it distracted everyone with the fact he's not that good at basketball.
You don't think he's that good at basketball?
He's good at, like, against a team like the Nets who don't have a person in the middle to stop him. He's so one-dimensional still. And it used to be like, oh, he's one-dimensional, but he's incredible at that one dimension. He hasn't gotten any better. He's the same guy. And so, yeah, a night like last night, what do you go, 14 of 16 when they're playing against a bunch of scrubs? It's like, that's great. But it's like, then you go play Memphis, or you go play any team with a big, or any team that has like a semblance of a defensive plan. He gets taken out of the game.
Teams figured out the plan to stop Zion.
I could tell you how. I mean, like, I don't know anything about strategizing an NBA game. I could tell you what to do if he ever gets really hot. You just have to have the personnel, and most good teams have at least someone who can help slow him down, and then you can build a wall to just kind of keep him out of the paint. And he can't do anything else, which is the exact way he was when he was 19 years old.
I agree with
and
the
at 19,
overall.
You're going like, wow, that's great. He can do this.
Yeah.
Imagine when he has 7 off seasons to build his game. Anthony Davis couldn't shoot the ball from outside the block when he was 19 years old. And by the time he was, 7 years in the league, he was fucking unbelievable. This guy's the exact same. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's not because he's fat. So let's stop making fun of fat people, because we spent 4 years of this podcast talking about Anthony Davis, or talking about Zion Williamson's weight, and it turns out that it didn't matter at all.
It's a lot harder to talk about people's physical appearances when you're on camera. Like, yeah, Drew Brees, that half-bald motherfucker.
At least they're not standing next to anybody of normal height.
They need like a height chart in here so they can really tell.
Usual suspects thing, yeah.
Yeah, I look like Christian Laettner next to fucking Mookie Blaylock.
And for that reason, it does feel a little like, hopeless is the wrong word. It just feels like a little empty, because I did think that you had the nucleus of something really good if everything went right. And things have gone like 75% right from a health perspective, and it hasn't mattered at all. And now you're like, okay, well, let's trust Joe Dumars and Troy Weaver to put this thing together and rebuild this roster around a new star that you don't have a draft pick and you don't have like any of the assets that you could move to do anything significant. So now you kind of got to build it around Trey Murphy. So it's like, would you trade Trey Murphy? No, I don't know how you could, unless your plan was to literally go like full Sam Hinkie, burn the whole thing to the ground. But by the time they did that, this team would be in Norfolk, Virginia. Like, they certainly wouldn't be here anymore. It's been hard enough for 2 years being the worst team in the NBA to get anyone to go. I was actually very impressed with the crowds for like the 3 weeks around Christmas. They had good crowds then. People were really looking for something to do.
That really showed you how much people need to get out of the house.
It was amazing. The game around Thanksgiving, the games around Christmas, people showed up. And the minute it became like it's January 10th on a Tuesday night and be like tumbleweeds going through the arena. But I don't blame us, for the record, I don't blame a single person for not going to these games. I don't go to the games. I have tickets. I don't go to the games. It's not worth the time to go unless you have nothing else to do and you want to like go see it. Like there's no draw of the game anymore. And the games are actually fairly entertaining on TV, but it's just like, you know what's going to happen. And there's no stakes.
Well, yeah. One of the Christmas games, I believe the Lakers game was around then. It's probably the first time LeBron and Luka have actually played in New Orleans in years.
Yeah.
That's the reason to go, is who's on the other team that's actually playing.
Yeah, because Jokic wasn't here, a couple nights ago, and the Nets have. I could not name you a single player on the Nets, except for I guess Nick Claxton's still in the Nets.
Okay,
but yeah, that's where you're at, and it's January 15th. It's not late March where you're kind of playing out the string. I actually think this team is probably going to win a lot of games down the stretch. They're going to play a bunch of teams who are tanking and who have incentive to lose. It doesn't feel like Joe Dumars is ready to blow this thing up in any way, to trade Zion or to trade Herb Jones or to trade Trey Murphy and try to go get a piece or a draft pick or something that would be building for the future. So here we are, man, and it's like they're probably going to win 15 to 20 more games the rest of the season. They'll get like the third worst or fourth worst record in the league, and then the ping pong balls will certainly give Atlanta the number one pick, right?
Yeah, they have to.
Have to.
I don't even know. I don't know if the Pelicans are going to win 15 or 20 more games this season.
Yeah.
Even tanking teams aren't as bad as the Pelicans have been playing.
Yeah. You know who's as bad as the Pelicans? Teams who are shaving points.
If anyone in the world had watched the Nets Pelicans game last night, they would accuse everyone on those teams of point shaving, when in actuality it was just really terrible basketball. And that's the problem with this point shaving scandal. You've got like the Nakadish.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, they didn't, the final score was 36-34. Yeah, I bet they were shaving. Were they?
Northwestern State, the last time I saw them play in person, or like one of the times I saw them play in person, they had a player legitimately playing who had one arm. Perfect. He had one arm, and he was probably the third best player on the court, both teams.
Well, there's no more DEI, so we don't have to worry about that anymore.
He had one arm. He was a one-armed man playing college basketball, and he was better than almost anybody out there.
You have to be. You better be better than everyone else.
How do you play defense with one arm? He did it. He was good. Hansel Emmanuel, something like that. He had one arm. Anyway, I've been to a lot of these games.
If you're watching, drop a comment, Hansel.
Yeah, exactly. So it came out today.
Yeah.
The FBI report. We knew for a while UNO had been embroiled in this from last year's roster, which was, I believe, 3 or 4 guys were indicted in the FBI. There was, how many schools was it total? I think it was like 11 schools. 4 of them, I think, in Louisiana. Northwestern State, Nichols, Tulane, which was brand new, we did not know about, and UNO. The Tulane thing is particularly galling because, first of all, I'm the only person in America, as I said, who owns season tickets to 2 teams on this list. I watched more. Oh, sweet.
My ride's here.
I watched.
Uh-oh, truth alarm.
I watched more games being shaved points, more thrown basketball games than anyone in this country in person over the last 3 years. So I feel very proud of that fact.
You are the link here between
me.
everybody. Have you been to a Nichols game?
I have, because they've played you.
All
They
right.
played Tulane. So I watched at least, 4 Nichols games in that time. I watched Northwestern State. I've certainly been to like 60 Tulane games in that time, and probably the same amount of UNO. And Kevin Cross, who was the best player at Tulane as a senior, he started for 4 years. He was part of a core that was good. Like, Tulane wasn't great, but they were good with Kevin Cross on the team. They had Forbes, and they had a good roster. And it comes out today that he would been paid $30,000 to throw a game at East Carolina, which they did successfully. Then what I found even better was that he was paid $20,000 to throw a game at Florida Atlantic. They were 15-point underdogs. They were 15-point underdogs, and someone paid him $20,000, and they only lost by like 8. And so therefore the bet didn't hit. And I don't think you should have to go to jail if you failed at the mission of shaving points. If you're the best player on the team and you are playing a team that's pretty good and you can't get to the number, I don't think you should be arrested.
Now, is this the mob doing this, or is it just guys?
It's Antonio Blake, and you remember him who played at LSU?
Yeah.
He played in the like Keith Hornsby, whatever that era of LSU basketball, played in the NBA for a while. He was among them, and there was 2 other gamblers. I don't think it was the mob. I think it was just dudes who started like a gambling ring and realized like, oh, the guys at UNO and Nichols and Northwestern are getting no money. If we offer them $20,000 to throw a game, we can go to Mississippi and bet $150,000 on it in person. We can do it, and it's easy. You don't have to go to Vegas.
There's nothing suspicious about betting $500,000
someone bet
on ULM basketball.
somebody bet $450,000 on the first half of a Kent State basketball game. The first half, they should have arrested the guy on the fucking spot. The level of degenerate, no one is that big of a degenerate. No one. And if they are, they should not be allowed to touch their money anymore.
How does the text message start? Hey man, you guys are going to lose anyway, right? You want to buy a Mercury Cougar?
Throwing a game where you're an underdog by 15 points is insane. Why is that the game you'd pick? You can't even do much about it. 15 points. You're already going to be like, that's hard to do.
Well, they believe in themselves.
But it's crazy. So Ron Hunter, who's still the coach at Tulane, was the coach then, didn't say anything. And Kevin Cross was like an important person on that team for a long time. It's crazy that that was allowed to happen, and really makes you like, they found, I think, 39 total games. If they found it, that many games, how many games did they not find? 1,000? 2,000? Like the amount that they had to have had evidence for. I can't even begin to think of how many guys just took a game that no one was watching and just, it really calls into question like almost every game I've been to in my whole life.
I mean, this whole thing just smells fishy. Like, you get kicked out of a casino for anything.
Yeah.
Like winning at slot machines, you get kicked out of a casino. And somebody's going in and walking out with $400,000 after betting on a coached game. Sorry, coach.
We love you, Coach Sless. But yeah, it's true. I mean, those UNO games, no exaggeration. Some of those games were less than 100 people there. And I was one of them.
And you had dollar signs in your eyes.
And look,
Cha-ching.
I don't think they've even come close to scratching the surface of the real problem in these games, which is the refs are absolutely the biggest, the easiest targets are the refs, and no one is paying attention to what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it is very easy for them to manipulate. There were 60 fouls in the Southeastern UNO game on Monday. Now, a lot of them were legitimate because the teams played like shit, okay? But a game like that no one's watching.
Did you watch it?
Of course I watched it. I'm a lunatic. A game like that no one's watching, that you can just do things like that. No one has any idea. And it's like, oh, you called 60 fouls. Of course the game's going to go hit the
60
over.
fouls. That means 12 people fouled out.
It was insane. Every single player had 4 fouls. They almost went to overtime.
How long was this?
The game was
Too
on
long.
Monday. It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. It was insane.
Jesus.
There was a foul every single possession the last like 6 minutes of the game. And look, they were fouling. So it was pretty legit. But
Let the boys play.
it was horrible.
Well, you're the only like ref watch for the Southland Conference.
Of course.
They've got your photo in an office somewhere with like a big Ghostbusters no over it. Because I've sat next to you when that ref who like, you know, is wearing sweatpants. He's like painted the stripes on his shirt. He actually just works at Foot Locker. And you're like, you stink. He's giving us in. You're like, you bonehead. And he'll just like turn around and be like, Scott, this is your fucking warning. And you like have your children on your lap eating candy. You're the only one keeping it. The coaches don't care. They're not paying attention.
I have gotten thrown out of multiple games in the Southland Conference. By the
What a
refs.
walk of shame, too, because it's completely silent. It's your shoes squeaking.
It's, you know, they're bad. The refs are bad. They're objectively bad. So it's hard to tell the difference between someone who's on the take and someone who sucks at the job. But all of this point shaving stuff, which is very real and is like, there was a time, I mean, Tulane got the entire basketball program shut down in the 80s for a very similar thing. This will not cost one team one game. No, like they have gotten to the point where it's like the NCAA has no teeth and they're so understanding of the concept that like the schools can't control it at all. It's so it's just out of control for any institution to think that they can keep their players from interacting with these dudes. There's nothing to do with it. So now you're in a position where you can kick the players out, but they're going to be out anyway. Most of these guys have already graduated by the time they found out what was going on. But dude, this is like, how do you continue to do college basketball if this is happening? Like, it is the easiest sport by a mile. There is a line on every single Division I game. 340 schools in Division I. Who can possibly keep track of it? So I guess there's not going to be as many UNO and Tulane season ticket holders as I guess I'm saying is the integrity of the only. It's basically I'm watching Monster Jam. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what I'm telling myself right now? Am I the only one who cares about this in the world?
This is, I mean, college basketball is just going to become WWE.
We feel like we're there.
Yeah. This is what happens when private equity buys up college basketball. It becomes entertainment. It's not real. Nothing is real anymore. But I don't know. Can we just pay the kids so they don't have to?
They are getting paid.
Well, yeah.
Not a lot. I mean, Kevin Cross probably made a pretty decent amount of money at Tulane. I don't know what it was, but he was the best player on the team.
Yeah.
They've got like a real budget.
Is he going to get kicked off the Shanghai Sharks because of this?
I did love
scandal?
that they found the text messages of the gamblers. There's 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and Chinese fucking basketball. They're just fixing every game in Shanghai.
Oh, I didn't see the text messages. I bet there were a lot of dollar sign emojis, a lot of money bad.
There was a lot of, in the report, it was like, you know, spelling and context, whatever. It was just misspellings and they were putting in commas. It was like, all right, guys, we write a text message before. We understand there's not proper grammar.
How does the actual point shaving work? Like, do you just purposely miss a shot? Because it looks like a lot of these guys couldn't purposely make a shot. It just seems very hard to do. The teams already stink for the most part.
So
How do you stink more?
They found the tape of that Kent State, right, of that game where it was a 6.5 point halftime spread and someone bet $420,000 on it.
Sure.
And the 2 dudes that they had, it was so painfully obvious what they were doing.
Yeah.
Every pass.
Were they shooting like Spice Adams?
Yeah. Every pass was just like, 8 inches away from their teammate and toward the other guy. Every time they pull up for a shot, it was like bricked off the front right iron. It was like, and I've watched games like this, man. And I'm like, what the hell's going on out here? And I was probably a little too naive, but now there's no naivete left. If a player's playing like that, you're like, oh yeah, this is like alert the authorities.
The wool has been taken off of your eyes.
Yeah.
And now you know that the UNO men's basketball team is really good. And they were just They were just faking it for the cold hard cash.
I was like, DePaul that season went 3-24. I was like, can the NCAA remove that from the record books? Is that possible? I don't know what to do about it though. It's a systemic problem. I don't think it's going anywhere. I do think they should. I bet on Southland Conference games. I probably bet on a lot of the games that were fixed here.
Yeah.
I do think that they need to get rid of the lines of these games that are not in power conferences. There's no reason for these lines to exist.
It's not going to happen. Gambling has taken over the world. Yeah. It's destroying young men's lives. Gambling is going nowhere, and it's only going to get worse.
This is sponsored by DraftKings. Not till football season.
We'll see. Need that cool $25 a read where I have to do the Micro Machine guy voice. Is Southern Miss the most accredited university in the scandals?
Tulane. I think Tulane.
Well, other than Tulane, but
yeah, man, it's the whole thing. It's like most of the schools are very poor, and the players shuffle in and out in 3 or 4 months. They're barely in school, and it's over. You know, like they just.
Abilene Christian.
They've won an NCAA tournament game. They're probably the best team in that whole thing.
Well, they're not doing their savior any favors. I don't know if you've heard about the money lenders.
It's Tucker Carlson. Oh, God. So, I don't know. It's depressing. I love college basketball. I'm like the only one left who likes college basketball. It does feel like, you remember growing up.
You're the only one left that watches it year round. You're the only one that's at a Sunday morning game.
Yeah.
The tournament is still, the World Cup for people at work.
Sure. And do you watch any college basketball? Does it even cross your mind to watch a college basketball game anymore?
I watch the LSU women's college basketball team.
There you go. That's about it.
That's it.
I think that's about it for most people. It's just a dead product, and this kind of stuff certainly doesn't help, but it's as dead of a product. I remember growing up how big college basketball was bigger, and a lot of times, like during the season, than the NBA. It was the college basketball regular season was bigger than the NBA regular season in a lot of the country. Certainly not like the biggest cities, but the day to day, I knew way more about what was occurring in the top levels of college basketball from the mid 90s on, and now it is a dead product.
Well, it used to be you couldn't just sit at home and watch any game. I certainly couldn't watch Louisiana Tech ever on TV.
Yeah.
It was $2 to go.
Yeah.
It was a thing to do. But now nobody invites me to basketball. You invite me to basketball games, no one else.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that goes regularly. And whenever I do, and whenever I take a friend, have a blast.
Yeah. But it's just not a thing that anyone.
It's just not a thing. Everybody just looks at their phone and is sad all the time now. And now we can't even watch Nichols State basketball without wondering.
Of Stover Jim is out of control. The very last thing we'll cover tonight is we have not met since the Saints season ended. The general takeaway, right, is a ton of optimism now, right?
Yeah.
So how much are they going to raise the season ticket prices now? Woo. How much did those 4 wins that meant absolutely nothing? How much did those cost all the 70,000 season ticket holders?
You remember when Trump would say the wall just got 10 feet taller? Mickey Loomis is somewhere going, the beer just got $4 more expensive. Every time they won, he'd go, the beer just got $2 more expensive.
They're going to really stick it to everybody.
Oh, man.
They felt that optimism, especially that last home game when they won, and it was like a pretty nice atmosphere. It was against the Jets.
Yeah.
It was like, never mind the fact that you're playing the Jets, that was one of the worst professional teams in any sport I've ever seen. That Jets team in the second to last game of the season or third to last game, whatever it was. But it was a nice vibe in the dome. People were excited after it had really emptied out. Like the 2 games prior to that were completely empty in there. And even though the Tyler Shuck thing worked out, it took a couple of weeks for people to really get on board. But by that Jets game, they were on board. They won 4 in a row. Is that right? That Panthers game and the Jets game. And people were excited.
And the Pels were hot too.
And you could really feel them look at themselves and go like, oh yeah, Benson Enterprises, we did it again. We did it. We found our guy, Tyler Shuck.
This was one of the most baffling seasons I can remember because I did not think that it would end with just blind optimism. And I did not think that it would end with Chris Olave, making like second pro team. Would have seen that coming ever. And, I couldn't complain. I had a good time. It's fun. I'm on board the optimism train. Am I going to go to any of these games? Probably not.
Yeah.
Am I going to pay $300 for a Miller High Life and parking? No.
But look, they now have something to sell. It looked like they were really going to be totally like the messaging was going to be like, we are building this from the ground up.
Yeah.
And stay with us and all this sort of, because they're gonna finally have to move off of all these old guys. DeMario Davis said he's coming back.
Sure.
What is he doing?
Come on, DeMario. Cam Jordan comeback season.
What is happening? These guys are gonna play another year.
Taysom will be back. You know he will. No one retires on the Saints because you can just play forever. They're not gonna.
So what do? You pay Alontae Taylor, you pay Chris Olave, like you pay all these guys and keep the core of this roster.
I mean, the numbers
together.
The numbers also say that you pay Cam Jordan, which sounds insane
to keep. Oh my God. I mean, the defense was bad objectively for the first half of the season, right?
Yeah.
And then I guess they played well against terrible teams, but that's really all you have to do. The losing that Atlanta game was great because you end up with the last place schedule.
Yeah.
And so the division's not getting significantly better anytime soon. So they're going to trick themselves right back into where they were. The only difference being your quarterback is going to be in his second year instead of being in his 17th year like Andy Dalton was.
Hey, man, sometimes you're just a 30-year-old sophomore.
Does it matter that he's old? Do you care that he's 27? I don't.
No.
I guess the Drew Brees thing has made, like, to me, Drew Brees' rookie year was 2006.
Sure.
And it's like, that's what this guy is, right? He's the same age as Brees was when he got here. Brees was here forever, and he was awesome.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's a funny thing to point out.
Yeah, but I think almost everybody. I think it's going to be what's common now. You saw the guy at Oregon's coming back for another year. Mateer's coming back at Oklahoma. Like all these guys, they can get $5 million. Why wouldn't you come back and play in college?
Sure.
You get to hang out with people in college.
Kenny Lofton Jr. is going back to Tech, a guy who's been in the NBA for 4 years. Is going to be playing Lamar in front of no one. There's a point adding scandal. He's like, we're going to win by 30. Give me $400,000.
If Tyler Shuck was 23 years old, would you be more optimistic about it?
No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter to me in the least, as long as he can stay healthy. Also, like Shuck is doing it the right way. You know, Christmas, he was like handing out toys, giving out turkeys, all this stuff. You didn't see Derek Carr anywhere. He was terrified of the city. Has anyone seen Derek Carr anywhere?
No.
Other than church.
I can't wait to hate watch him whenever he comes back in the NFL next year.
Yeah.
And oh man, he's going to beat a couple bad teams and people are going to be like, look what you could have had. I didn't miss Derek Carr for 1 second of this. When the Saints were 1-9, I did not miss Derek Carr for one play. There was never a moment where Spencer Rattler threw an interception to a defensive tackle in his own end zone. I still didn't look at the person next to me and go like, we only had Derek Carr. Be like, no.
Growing pains.
Yeah, be like, whatever. Take it. Lose by 70. As long as I don't have to watch that asshole play in the game, I'm fine. And look, it ended up working out. I think benching Shuck to start the season probably helped. I think he got a little time to adjust, and the team had a little time to adjust.
Pressure's off.
The pressure was completely off because the games didn't matter at all. The schedule was a little easier. Like they played Miami and the Jets. I mean, they played some terrible teams.
Truly.
With Shuck on the roster, or with Shuck starting. And now you end up where you're like, okay, we'll at least have something to build off of. And that's good. They're not going to draft a quarterback because there's no quarterbacks to draft. So you end up like, oh, you were the 8th pick instead of the first pick, which would have been nice to have the number 1 pick, but I'd much rather go in knowing you have a quarterback, other than the fact that these guys are going to charge me $950 for a beer next year.
There's no getting around it.
They're going to do it, right?
Oh,
what is your guess on the percentage of season tickets go up? 20%?
I'll say 12.
12%. 12%. That's a good guess.
Double the inflation rate.
because they beat the Jets. That's why. They're going to really screw us, man. It's going to be horrible.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Well, thank you all very much for listening. Did we do the right amount of time?
We're at 1 hour exactly.
I didn't even look at the clock. That's professional. That's internal monologue.
Internal clock.
Internal clock. I'm like in the pocket there. Thank you all very much for watching. I can't believe those of you who are doing this live. You don't have anything better to do tonight.
We have 237 people watching right now.
Man, get a job. I love each and every one. Seriously, we love each and every one of you. We can't believe we're still doing this show. We love it so much. It is. We have
Against all odds.
We have tried to quit a million times. We can't quit each other. We're doing this. We could be speaking into nothing right now. We're very appreciative of all of you. We will try to do the show more often. I swear to you, we are going to try to do the show more often.
This is the reason why we don't do the show more often.
It is my fault. So come at me. Don't come at him. Come at me. It is my fault. I have too many children. And thank you so much for watching. And we'll be back. Hopefully another episode this month. That is the goal.
One more in January.
Every other week is the goal.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Please let Boot Crew Media know that you like having the show here and that you support us and that you want us to be here. And yeah, we love it. And we'll talk to everybody soon. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Catch these hands, you about to get shook. The truth is getting spit by Polk and Kush. Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush. About to get served to play